Welcome back. This is John Locke, and today I want to talk about not everything needs to be a sales pitch. And the reason why I'm bringing this up is a lot of times I'll see this when people create content for their site and they're trying to get eyeballs, they're trying to get traffic, they're trying to get qualified leads using content. But you have to understand that, like, a lot of times blog posts are top of the funnel, meaning people are just expressing interest. They're trying to research something. They're trying to figure something out, whether they want to go down this path. Ultimately, at the bottom of the funnel, people are going to be making a buying decision. They're going to be investing, a little bit of money or a lot of money in purchasing your product. But don't be scared to be truthful and complete when you're making this content. And I'm going to give you some great examples. There's a lot of reasons why you're going to want to go for completeness when you're making certain types of content, and specifically if you're making a list of items where people might be searching something like top 10 this or top 10 that or best whatever this is products. Don't only just settle for things that you can directly sell, because a lot of times people are comparing your solutions to other people's solutions, and they're going to notice if things are incomplete. Your article is unlikely to be the only one that people are reading when they're doing research. So it pays to be complete, because people are going to notice if you omit certain information on purpose just because you don't directly sell that product or solution. Okay, another great example in the software as a service field or any type of technology, a lot of these businesses thrive on this, where they go head to head and they compare our solution versus the other guys, our solution versus brand X, our solution versus brand Y. They have all these types of landing pages because people are researching what are the benefits, what are the pros and cons of going with each one of these solutions. So if you're creating a piece of content, if you sell solutions in a competitive market, if you sell products or services in a competitive market, it pays to be complete. You might not be giving people the answers that they are already asking inside their head. Just because you don't write about it doesn't mean that people are not asking those questions in their head. Because, as I said, they're doing research on more than just your website. They're going to see those in other places. There's another reason too, is you might not get the traffic that you really want if you make everything into a sales pitch just for your stuff without looking at all the different other solutions. Could be something like tourism. I'll give a better example. Top 10 things to do in New York. And if you leave out stuff like go see the Empire State Building, go to Times Square, go to Broadway, go on the Statue of Liberty, go to Central Park. If you leave out all these things, then people are going to know, like, hey man, this is really kind of an incomplete list. The other reason is you might not get the traffic on your particular article or post if you don't mention certain things. The way that Google ranks stuff in the 2020s is they really are looking at pages that seem to satisfy people in the past, and they're going to look at things that all these other articles mention, and if yours seems to leave those out, then it's going to be, this article is not mentioning these 5 or 6 different things that all these other articles are mentioning. And these other articles seem to satisfy people a lot more. They have a couple tools in their arsenal now that they didn't 10 years ago. For one, they have the entity graph. Now, entities are, a noun, like a person, place, or thing, an organization, an idea, a concept, a company, a tool. Anything that is basically fits the definition of a noun can be an entity. These are all things that are basically part of this we'll call it a neural net, but basically this artificial intelligence, machine learning neural net thing, and they're tabulating all this information on it. So if you don't mention these things, Google's going to say it's not mentioning these entities in this article. Should we rank this higher or should we rank it lower? Because it doesn't seem to mention the things that these other ones do. There's a correlation between these other things. Now, some people will call these like these Lsi keywords. What they really mean is correlating entities. correlating ideas, concepts, things that you're talking about, correlating words, synonyms, things that you're mentioning in your article. Okay, so don't be shy of doing that just because you don't sell that particular product or service. If you don't sell it, then you don't sell it. But if you're trying to attract eyeballs and attention and rankings and traffic and guide people toward your thing, it's not going to hurt you to mention some other things that maybe you don't sell as a product. The other thing too, Google has the natural language API, deconstructs sentences, it extracts entities from the text on a page. So if you're not mentioning these entities, their correlation factor of saying, what is this page really about? It's looking at the way that these sentences all run together, extracting meaning. They have advanced quite a bit in being able to comprehend what's the meaning in certain sentences. But if you are leaving out all kinds of different entities, nouns, things, products, services, places, concepts, ideas that these other articles are talking about, you might not rank as high. Don't be afraid to only pitch your own stuff. If you're going to write an article where you're trying to attract people and pitch them ultimately on your product, or answer some questions or give them some options and say someone is in the research phase of their buyer's journey and they're trying to get some information, we need to put that stuff on this page. And if you make it just about you, only the things that you sell or you offer, you're showing fear that people might choose another solution or another product. They're still probably at the top of the funnel and they're just thinking about the idea. Your product or service is only one of many things that they're considering for a solution to buy, to purchase, to invest in. So do not be afraid to mention things which you cannot sell in a sales pitch. For the sake of completeness and actually getting traffic to the rest of your site, or potentially getting other people to reference this article or link to it, thereby increasing the SEO of the rest of your website, you need to be complete. You need to have completeness of information. So don't be scared if everything doesn't turn out to be a perfect sales pitch for your particular product. Okay, I'm going to wrap it up there. My name is John Locke. My business is Lockdown Design and SEO. I come to you on a regular basis with SEO videos. We're getting kind of close to 1,000 subscribers. It's kind of a magic number in YouTube. So I would greatly appreciate it if you could subscribe. And like I said, I'll keep answering your questions on SEO. Leave them in the comments, and that's all I have for now. Till next time, peace.